Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Portsmouth. Now, there's not much really that's happened since the last episode, although there's still a couple of things we could probably be talking about. And the main thing is this. Burnley had that game in hand on us, which I figured they would probably win because they were at home against Bournemouth, and wouldn't you know it, they done buggered it up. They lost 1-0 at home to Bournemouth, and that is a really poor result for Burnley when you actually look at where Bournemouth are in the league. They've actually come along a little bit. Also should point out that Ipswich, Wigan and now, well, Millwall were already relegated, but now Ipswich and Wigan have actually gone down with them. So that's kind of two quite large sides to go down. But yeah, so we actually can win the title in today's episode. It's going to be difficult though, because Burnley are away, I believe, at, oh god, who are they playing against? I think it's against Middlesbrough. Well, they're at home, I don't know, which is not going to be perhaps as difficult as our game today away at Brentford, who are gunning for that third playoff spot. The top place playoff spot. That's probably not going to happen for them, as they've just sort of fell at the final hurdle. The big key game for me today is the West Brom-Fulham game. Fulham host West Brom, and if they win that, they'll pretty much steal West Brom's playoff spot. And I guess the way I wanted to see it is I'd love to see the weakest team win the playoffs, because that's one less team that we can worry about in the Premier League next year. So, yeah, that's basically the prerogative that we've got going at the moment. I'm just going to look through our inbox and see if there is anything that I need to discuss. McAvoy's out injured again for another 3 weeks, which is a pain in the arse. Let me just see if there is anything that we need to discuss before we get into today's game. Bjork is back, but he won't be really back in actually ready to play the game, so to speak. No, okay, so I think we're basically ready to go. So, yeah, there's no point in looking at the squad for this one. We're going to look at a squad report after the game. So let's just jump straight into the live comm and get ourselves going. As much as we are going for the title, I really don't think that we're going to be able to win the league today, because this requires us to win at Brentford, and it requires Burnley to lose at Middlesbrough. So, or I think they might even be at home to Middlesbrough. So I'm not too confident on that one. So I've decided that, fact is, we're already promoted. I'm going to try and put out a slightly younger lineup today, just to show you some of our younger players and see what they can do, because it's the tactic that is working, so it'd be nice to see what we're capable of. So I'm going to do a quick pick, but I'm going to do a full rotation and then change it based on that. So what does that hasn't changed a great deal of stuff, if I'm honest. I'd much rather, who else can we put in? Maybe Zabras is there, Saiku perhaps, Oxlade-Chamberlain. I'd prefer to put in someone like Lucarelli, but I think there's a under-21s game that's kind of part of the reason that a lot of these guys aren't available. I'm tempted to just play a full strength side based on that, basically. Bjork will actually start. Yeah, I mean, I can't say I have much of a problem with that. He's a very, very good player. Look, he's nearly got a full green circle. That's the closest I've actually seen to someone having a full green circle. So that's awesome. I've got a lot of work to do over the summer to try and find a team that's going to keep us up in the Premier League. I've got to be careful as well with making these changes, because we've got some decent players. Obviously, some of these guys are going to go back from loans, but I might just try and bring a couple of them back. People like Osborne and Musonda, perhaps. Maybe try and bring them on permanent deals. I don't know. I'd like to try and keep players that have been part of this save so far. There are areas I'm going to need to try and strengthen, but we do have the money to do that. I'm also going to look at trying to poach some ridiculously good quality young talent from around the world during the summer as well, because we need to build for tomorrow as well. You know, we don't want to bankrupt ourselves by spending all of that money on big name players and huge wages. That is not a sensible strategy, because then when we get relegated, if we did get relegated, we'd have huge problems. So that is definitely not going to be the plan. We're going to sort of, even if we have to yo-yo, I'd rather not, but I think that we're going to be strong enough to stay up if we make the right signings and have the right tactic, and I believe we have the right tactic at the moment. That, of course, could change massively if they bring out a patch that then messes that up again, but the fact is things are working for us at the moment. We're at home. No, we're not. We're away from home, so let's change things again, actually. So there we go. Shinaz will come in, and yeah. I'm going to keep Ben Osborne, and if you actually look at his sort of average rating this season compared to Torres Crespo, he's played better in the games that he's played. It is as simple as that. So I'm going to keep Osborne in for this one, because there could still be a chance for us to actually win something this year, like the title, which would be absolutely unbelievable. So we're just going to go for that, guys. I'll bring him on later, maybe if we're winning the game. But I personally think that we might not win this one. Brentford are a good side. They've had a cracking season, and they'll want to try and wrap up that top place playoff spot. I don't think they'll be able to do it, because even if Brighton lose, Brentford still have to win by a couple of goals over us, and hope that Brighton lose by a couple of goals. You know how it is. It's just one of those things. Like, we could technically win the title if Burnley draw, but we'd have to win by like 8 goals. That ain't going to happen. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, let's jump straight into this one. I would love to win the league, but I'm not holding my breath on this one. It's going to be a toughie. Let's just get straight into this. Oh, that's the wrong one. I hate it when that happens, when you accidentally click the wrong one and they're like, what? You expect that much of me? No, I don't. Right, so let's go for it. I'd love to see Jeb Wallace would need to score, get 3 assists in this game to hit 30. And it's a shame because at one point it looked like he was definitely going to do that. But, one of those things. Let's get straight into this now. I know I've said that a few times, but let's actually do it. Right, here we go. A win away at Brentford would be pretty damn impressive when you consider the season we've had. But we've only lost 1 game in about the last 2.5 months, which is unbelievable. You have to hit form at the right time, and we have done that in droves. It's been superb to see. I never really thought we'd ever be able to play as well as we are at the moment, but I will absolutely take it. Nothing has really happened in the opening 12 minutes of this game at all. No shots, no nothing. Oh, here we go. Bidwell with the throw-in for Brentford. Bun out there, comes back to Stuart Dallas, whips it across, and surely that's not going to get in the net. Oh, good opportunity for Brentford, but massively too wide there, so no real chance. They're going to get another opportunity. Bidwell into Dallas this time, and it's going to come back to Dallas, surely. Bar Stuart Dallas across for hit. Oh, and a big tackle again. Pompey up against the ropes a little bit here against Brentford, but they've not really hit the target. They've had 2 clear-cut chances in the first couple of minutes of this game, though, so we may have to adjust our strategy in a bit, and they look very dangerous from these throws. This is the 3rd highlight that started with a Bidwell throw. Dallas drops it short to Bunn. Bunn, will he have a pop at it? Dallas whips it in and cleared away. Oh, and again, Pompey get away with it a little bit there. Bjork bringing the ball down, though. Can he have a little run at anyone? Probably not. Brentford look like they've set up to really take us on, and maybe trying to have a go at them at their own game might be a better idea, but I'm going to see if we can get to half-time as things are, and I may switch things up in the second half, because at the moment things are not working with this strategy as yet. We may well have to go to our sort of midfield 2 rather than the defensive midfield style. It's Osborne now, knocking it wide to Bjork. There is an overlapping run if he can find it. He can. Griffiths, can he look right to Wallace? He can. Wallace is in the box now. Can he square it? Will he shoot? Squares it back across, and the ball has ended up in the net, and I don't know who scored it. I think it's Andre Bjork. Of course it bloody is. Pompey go top of the league because Burnley are losing. Burnley are losing, guys. I repeat, Burnley are losing. We could actually win the league today. I don't know how, but we might actually be in a position to win it. Come on, Middlesbrough. That's all I can say. Pretty impressed that we've actually managed to take our only real chance with this game so far, but it was a lovely piece of play, and I guess that's what this system is all about. Griffiths with the great ball out to Wallace. Wallace takes it past the defender, just squares it wonderfully, and I guess it's just a simple finish for Bjork. Oh, no, it isn't. I don't even know how that counts as his goal, but it does, and we're 1-0 up here at Griffin Park, and I will take that to the bank. And we're on our defensive style setup anyway, so there's not much we can really do to sit back more than we already are. So I will take that. But at half-time, we are top of the Championship, and Burnley are losing. I'm just going to quickly see if there's a way I can look at the other scores, because I don't know how much they're losing by. It's a little bit hard to keep track sometimes. It comes in very quickly. So let's just go like that. There's definitely a way you can... Latest scores, right, let's just quickly have a little look. Middlesbrough 1, so Burnley are away from home. Only a goal down, and wow, Wolves are 4-0 up against Sheffield Wednesday, Christ. What about the Fulham West Brom game? Okay, so that's still 0-0. Right, let's jump straight back into things then. Oh, apologies for that. Right, so as things stands, we are going to win the Championship, and that is quite a finish to a season. Especially when at one point we were as much as 10 points off the top, but now we look to, well, we're set to win it on the, oh no, don't bugger it up. Healy, get a tackle in. Good tackle, no, not good tackle, and cleared. I thought that was going to be one of those annoying penalty situations. We've kind of robbed Brentford at the moment. They've actually been a much better side than us, so let's just see. Don't really need to do any kind of team talks, but I'm going to do it anyway. Nobody's looking particularly bad, but I'm just going to tell them to concentrate nonetheless, because it's important that we do concentrate. We've had barely any chances in this game, but we've scored one of them, and that is what matters. And, oh, hello. Oh, Burnley have equalised. That's a shame. Such a shame. Musonda. What more? No, that's a good chance, but he's never going to put it in from that kind of angle, unfortunately. We're doing our part, and that's all we can really do. All we can do tonight is win this game. And whatever happens at the Riverside is up to them, really. If Middlesbrough feel like doing us a favour, then they will. It's about coming up to substitution time, but we're still winning here and keeping a clean sheet, which is lovely to see. And now Kieran Griffiths has picked up a knock. I'm just going to wait a little bit. Right, there we go. So, what can we do for that? I'm going to bring on Mantum to put in that role. And I'll bring Sinclair on up front, because he does need some game time. I'm hoping he'll be important for us in the Premier League next year, although I may still look at the potential of trying to sign someone like Bjork, but I think he's just going to be way out of our price range. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to bring in players from Chelsea on loan next year because we'll be in the same league, and I'm pretty sure that forfeits our affiliate agreement, but we may have to look for a foreign affiliate club. So I don't know if you can do that. Like, try and find someone like, Inter or Barcelona or someone like that. Try and bring some of their youth players through. That'd be quite cool. Because they've got some talent. Or Ajax, that would be excellent. That would be an even better option, actually. If we can find that, that'd be cool. Try and get not a loan deal, but oh no. And that is 1-1 here at Griffin Park. That's the first shot on target they've had. And it's Harry Bunn. Burnley are losing. Right, part of me thinks we may have to just go for this now because Burnley are now losing again at Middlesbrough. And if we can come up... Oh, that's a bit poor goalkeeping. That is poor. Okay, so... Going to go for our more attacking tactic for the last 25 minutes of this game because we kind of need it. Have we got a midfielder that we can bring in? We're going to bring in Torres Crespo. It's the last substitution. Dangerous, I know, but sometimes you got no choice. I just really want to win this one and try and take the league. Nick it from Burnley. Right, 25 minutes, go. See what you can do in these last few minutes. You're probably going to get caught out and end up losing, but I'd rather lose this game than draw it trying to, hold on to a draw and we could just be winning the title. That's the key here. Reece Healy's injured for them. Nothing's really happening. Right, make a change. I'm going to go on overload because I really want to win this one. It's there for us. If we can get a goal in those last 13 minutes, it could win the title for us. And I didn't press play. There we go. Right. We don't really deserve it from the way we've performed today, I got to tell you, but I'm not all that fussed. Oh, it's so close. I know that just one goal would do it for us. Shoot on sight. Go on. Long-range effort from Torres Crespo to win us the league, maybe. I don't know. Oh, come on. Come on. Just one more highlight that gives me some hope. Oh, hello. Oh, this looks more like it's going to be Brentford that are going to get the goal. Oh, hello. Yanko. Brings it back to Wallace. Wallace is not going to be able to keep the ball here, is he? Yanko knocks it over the top for dunk, and it's brought down by Wallace again, actually. We've kept the ball here, and now we've massively lost it. That is terrible play, and this looks like the moment that Brentford spoil our dreams. Nope. Backman's made an absolutely wonderful save to keep our hopes alive, but I just don't think in the next 4 minutes we're going to find another good chance for ourselves to win this title. Cleared away, and that is going to be brought down by Brentford. It looks like it's going to be a 1-1 draw away from home, which in any other day, when you look how good Brentford have been, would actually be an incredibly good result. But when you look at what's riding on this game, and now Crespo's committed a foul. Oh, no, doesn't mean they're going to score the free kick. Bidwell to take, and that is a good save from Alex Bachmann. Brentford, if anything, have actually stepped it up in the last few minutes of this game. They're clearly desperate. I think Brighton are losing. That's the main reason for it. Judge, back to Bidwell. Come on, somebody put a tackle in. Anybody. There we go. Nope. Wow. The ball is just breaking to them every time we tackle them. Right, want it back again, and Torres Crespo clears it down the field. 3 minutes to go here at Griffin Park. I think we have probably had it, lads. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be the lot. To be fair, we were lucky to be a goal up in this game, in a sense. We didn't play all that great, and it looks like we are still going to finish the season on a great run of games. One defeat in about the last 12 or something matches, maybe even more than that. We'll have a look in a sec. There we go. We didn't quite manage to win it. Oh, the chance was there, though. The chance was there, and that is a massive shame. But doesn't matter. We're in the Premier League next year, so who gives a damn? Trophy would have been nice, though. So who's going to be joining us? Fulham didn't manage to beat West Brom. In fact, it was a 1-1 draw in the end, which means that they are not in the playoffs. There's some quality teams in the playoffs. West Brom, West Ham, Brentford and Brighton. That is going to be an interesting setup. I don't know. Yeah, it was 2-1 to Middlesbrough in the end. Shame, but, we live and learn, and we're going to be playing Premier League football next year anyway. So I'm just going to take you through some of the other leagues just to show you what's happened in the other English leagues anyway. Because something I forgot to do the last couple of seasons, so we're just going to have a little gander at that now, and then we'll do our little squad report so you guys can see what the players have sort of become this year. So in the Premier League, Manchester City obviously absolutely walked it this year. They have already won it, so I can safely say that. There's still like 3 or 4 games left for some of these teams, but yeah, 20 points clear already. That is going to be a toughie. Southampton, though, if you look, are actually doing quite well and are into the Champions League spots currently. QPR, despite having Champions League football one of these seasons a couple of years ago, have struggled a little bit, although they struggled more last year. So Aston Villa are bottom and look to already have been relegated. Oh, no, not quite, but they have conceded a massive amount of goals. That almost looks like more goals than Fulham conceded the year that they were genuinely relegated. Sheffield United struggling a little bit, but they're still in with the fight. There is a really low quality in terms of points tallies at the moment. Like, a team could survive here with like 32, 33 points for the looks of it. So yeah, everyone above that's pretty much safe. It's just a case of Reading, Hull, or Sheffield United, really. One of those is going to survive, I would probably have to say. Villa look dead in the water. So let's take a look at League One. Barnsley are champions and Charlton are promoted. Blackburn, Bristol City, Bradford, of course, who were relegated from this league last year, along with Blackburn, and Leyton Orient are in the playoffs. Oh, Leyton Orient. They nearly spoiled my dreams. Just easing out easing out Yeovil there in the end. Bolton did eventually manage to stay up, so that's good to see that they've managed that. Hartlepool, Newport County, Preston, and Tranmere Rovers all relegated quite comfortably, in fact. League Two now. Stevenage and Blackpool are both promoted. I don't know why it's saying Swindon are in the playoffs when surely there's 46 games have been played. They are promoted as well. Are they not? Is that just an error? Like, because it's so much, I don't know. And surely these guys are also guaranteed promotion. So yeah, Luton, Walsall, Carlisle and Northampton all in the promotion spot, the playoff spots. Gateshead did have a little late rally, but unfortunately couldn't survive on the final day, it would seem. And Notts County have been relegated. That's surprising. One of the oldest clubs, well, the oldest professional football club in the world, from what I remember. And they've just been relegated from the Football League. I don't know if that's ever happened. Any Notts County fans here, let me know if that's ever happened before. The conference, well, the final will be between Lincoln and Braintree, but in terms of the league, who won it? Cambridge United, and I'll take that, one of my local sides. They won that league, well, not that comfortably, off of some of the other sides. Guiseley, Alfreton, and Dover and Eastleigh also all relegated. As for Conference North, I'm just going to see who won it this year. Wait, that was last year. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, we don't know that because I don't have those as part of the database. Right, let's just quickly look at the squad, so we can do a little squad report here. So we'll start with Jed Wallace since he's here. Lately, nothing has really improved for him as yet, but he is worth 4 million quid, so I will happily take that with the way he's performing. Adam Webster, actually weirdly declining in a lot of stats, despite only being 24 and actually playing genuinely very well this year. That is a little bit shocking and a little bit worrying. So I may have to take a little look at that. Watmore, lots of improvements for him. Dribbling, heading, marking, tackling, anticipation, leadership. That's good to see since he could be captain one day also. Acceleration and stamina all up. He's still just improving. 3.9 million he's currently worth. This is Stanis Baratheon. His marking has improved. Technique, positioning. He's going to be a good player one day. There's no doubt about that. And I did give him an extension on his contract because I have a lot of faith in his ability to become a decent footballer. Just needs to sort out his attitude a little bit. Probably send him out on loan again next year though. I tend to suggest that would probably be wise. Daniel Bachmann, and his first season at the club, sort of ups and downs. His physicals have sort of declined, which is surprising, and his aerial ability, but his handling, kicking, and off the ball, leadership, work rate, anticipation, all improving, which is good. I don't like seeing those red triangles. Nope, me no likey. Alex Bass continues to improve. Reflexes, one-on-ones, handling, decisions, composure, and balance all going up. So basically, a lot of areas that he was sort of lacking in. Well, no, he's getting there. Andre Bjork, nothing. Although he has had that injury as of late, but his stamina and strength have still improved. 6.25 million. I just think that if we tried to sign him on a permanent basis, we'd have no chance. I might try it, but I think that Chelsea are probably going to ask for probably 15, 16 million quid, and that's all of my transfer budget, and it's not worth it. It just isn't worth it. He's a good player, but I think we could find some others that we can get much cheaper and will hopefully be able to keep this club moving. Next up, we've got Shamil Chinaz, who's really declined, but then he is 33 years old. I will be looking for a new halfback in the summer. That is the one position that I'm desperate to find someone awesome, and I'm still looking at that Leeds lad, Anthony Dobson, as a potential player to fill that role. Shaquille Coulthurst, well, he's barely done anything as of late. So there's that. But he's barely been playing for us. He's been out on loan most of the season. So, yeah. Joe Dudgeon, he hasn't played as much, but he also has had a few injuries. The main reason I signed him, as you know, is because of the long throws. It'd be nice if we could get someone to come in and have some decent long throws, but also be a decent player for the team at the same time. Gary Gardner, I regret giving him that new contract, really, to be honest. He's going to be here until Well, actually, no, he's here until the end of this season, and he will be going because it frees up a little bit more wage, and he gets injured so much that it's just cost him his entire career, and it's such a shame because he had so much potential. Kieran Griffiths, as you can see, is continuing to improve. Work rate is improving, which is fantastic to see. His long shots are going up, which is awesome, and his free kicks and finishing too, which pretty much some great areas, and he's still only 19 years old. He's got a long way to go. I can't wait till he gets his first Welsh call up, though. He really does deserve it by now. 1.7 million quid he's already worth, and that is only going to continue to climb. I really want to keep this lad here for the entirety of this series if I can, because he's going to be a quality player for us. That's not the right button. We're going to go for Danny Hollands, who, again, I think will probably be leaving in the summer. 33 years old now, generally declining, as you can understand. So, again, we were going to have to find some more midfielders in the summer. Dominic Hyam. I wish I could send him out on loan, but the problem is I do need him as cover, so it is a bit of a tough situation, really. He's worth a fair amount of money, but maybe I could bring in a couple of young centre-backs next year, like really young, that have got a lot of potential to maybe play as our backups, but I don't know if I can afford to do that in the Premier League. That is the slight issue that we've got there. Saidi Yanko has not played as many games perhaps as I would have liked him to. He has had some injuries, but I think he's had a fairly solid season for us, and he is continuing to improve. Anticipation, concentration, vision, agility, balance, natural fitness, heading, dribbling, which is good to see, and his crossing's gone up too, which is awesome for the role he's playing for us, so that is awesome too. Sam Manton, he's 27, but still continues to improve. His work rate and acceleration, which is good to see, continue to improve. He'll certainly be a great player for us next year, I think, but we are going to need to bring in some new guys. John Marcus, his contract is up in the summer, and I will be releasing him. He's on a fair whack of money for some of the players that we've got at this side. He's not really worth the money anymore, although he has still scored 4 goals in 5 starts, so I can't knock his performance when he's been called upon, but I just think he's not going to be Premier League quality. He's been brilliant, but we have to say goodbye to Johnny Marcus. Let's just have a little look at the stats he has for Pompey in his career here. So, a fairly decent amount of goals, really, when you look at it. I think he's topped 50 in the league for us. 29, 46. Yeah, he's more than 50 league goals. I can check that when we look at the overall best 11, which is something I might well do at some point too. We're going to do like a little recap of the best 11 so far and where they are now, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'll have to do that in the next episode, though, because we don't have this year's ones added into it yet. Kenneth McAvoy, of course, is still improving his crossing, which is going up, which is great. Long throws are also going up, his leadership and positioning too. The problem is he's had a few injuries, and that sucks, and it's kind of hindered his development a little bit. His pace, stamina, and strength have all fallen. Hopefully we can get those back up again, though, in the meantime. If he can have a season next year where he stays fit, he could be crucial for us. And he's obviously got national team caps, which is great to see as well. Andy McLaughlin has spent the entire year out on loan. Scored a few goals, good to see. Not really improved that much, though. But he's still, got a lot of potential. He's a youngster, so we'll give him a break on that one. Charlie Musonda, only worth here 625k, so I'm tempted to see if there's a way we could bring this lad in. I think he's got good, fairly decent stats. What do my coaches think? No, not Sylvan. I want Steve Weaver's opinion on him. I personally think it might be worthwhile trying to bring him in. If we can get him relatively cheap, it will probably be worthwhile. Plus, it's another character for the series that's already played for us. Ben Osborne, of course, is on loan, but he has improved as well this year for us. Penalty taking, flair, anticipation, agility, and natural fitness have all gone up. I cannot believe he's only worth £94,000 here. Is that because his contract expires? Oh, look at that. Can we... We're going to have to make an offer. I'm going to try and approach him, because if he hasn't signed a new contract with Forest, we could probably bring him in on a free, which would be pretty damn good for his overall level of ability for us. I'd say he's not perfect, but he's worthwhile bringing into the team. Although, I don't know, we'll have to see what I can find over the summer. Who else have we got in our first team? There's a few more, I think. Fahad Rakawanwe, who's been out on loan all season, basically. I've struggled to find a place for him in the team. And I just don't know if I ever will be able to find a place for him in the team. Now, that's the issue. Of course, he's not good enough yet, and his potential isn't just... Compared to the other players, I just don't think he's going to ever really find himself at the club. But he'll be here for another couple of seasons, probably, as well. Jerome Sinclair, he's obviously... Injuries this year have affected his physical stats, which is a shame. And his bravery's gone down too, maybe as a result of the injuries that he's had. Just being afraid to jump into tackles. But he's got a great goal scoring record, and I'm hoping that next year he can find his feet a little bit more. Still worth 3.9 million quid, so there's a lot of potential in him as well. Who else have we got? Tom Saiku, our Albanian. I I don't really know what to say about him. He's not really improved, but he's not really played that many games. Maybe some loan time next year, I don't know. Charlie Taylor, really happy with his performances for us this year. He's been fairly solid. Agility's gone up. His long throws have also gone up. Maybe if he keeps improving that. Worth £500,000. I think we got him on a free anyway, or something relatively low price, so I'm pretty happy with him too. Albert Torres Crespo, he is improving. His passing's gone up, off the ball and vision too, so who knows? Maybe with a good preseason, can fit him into the team a little bit more, and he maybe really will start to come on for us next season. Or we could move him on and get our money back. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then we're back to Jed Wallace. So guys, there you go. In the next episode, what we're going to be planning on doing basically is I'm going to be spending a lot of time going through stuff for our transfer window, because it's going to be quite a stressful one, because we've got to try and assemble a squad that's going to be capable of surviving in the Premier League. And the first game of in the next episode will be, of course, our first game in the Premier League. God knows who that could be against. I really hope it's against someone winnable. Just that way we can start ourselves off with maybe 3 points and get things really, really going. But the tactic is working. Everything is working really, really well. So guys, if you like what you've seen, please feel free to drop a like on the episode. And if you like the fact that we've been promoted to the Premier League, then drop another like on the episode. Well, you can't drop 2, but 1 will do nicely. And if you'd like to do even more than that, please feel free to subscribe to my channel for more Portsmouth and Sleeping Giants in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And I will see you guys in the Premier League. Best league in the world. Well, or something like that anyway. Bye-bye.